Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending when you're watching this. The purpose of this video is to show you how to convert to Slope Intercept Form. As we have seen in class, all three of these forms, Standard Form, Slope Intercept, which I hope you're well familiar with, and Point and Slope Form, which you will see later in the term, all three forms are actually this line right here. But the problem being is that we cannot graph Standard Form, and we cannot graph Point Slope Form. But what we can do is convert these forms into Slope Intercept Form. Why are we not able to graph Standard Form or Point Slope Form? Because as we can see from the example below, we can only graph Slope Intercept Form on a graphing calculator or algebra, the graphing website that we use in class. As it is a function as we've previously seen, because you have an input x and an output y. This allows for us to graph the equation. So for the purpose of this video, I am going to focus on Standard Form and how to convert it into Slope Intercept Form through three simple steps. Let us begin. So in the above example, we're going to take 6x minus 2y equals -8. As you can see, we have Standard Form here because both variables are on one side of the equation and an integer is on the other side of the equation. What we will do for step 1, and this is the critical step, it must always be the first step. I'm going to say that again, it must always be the first step. But we are going to move the x variable to the other side. So if we subtract 6x from this side of the equation and subtract 6x from this side of the equation, we now have -2y minus 6x minus 8. So we've done step 1, moving the x variable to the other side. Moving the x variable to the other side. There we have step 1. In step 2, as we will always do, we're going to isolate the y variable. Notice that it is not 2y, it is actually -2y. So if we divide both sides of the equation by -2, and divide both sides by -2, our result should be -6x divided by -2 and -8 divided by -2. So let us simplify that. That would mean we have y that is equal to, well, negative divided by negative is always a positive, so -6 divided by -2 will give us 3x. And a -8 divided by a -2 should give us +4. We now have a slope intercept form. This slope intercept form clearly has a slope m of 3, slope of 3, and a y-intercept at 4, meaning when x is 0, y is 4, the slope intercept form. To revise the steps as follows. When converting from standard form into slope intercept form, such as 6x minus 2y is equal to negative 8, step 1 requires that you move the x variable to the other side. In this case, we had negative 6x on both sides of the equation, negative 6x. That way, we end up with negative 2y that is equal to negative 6x minus 8. So there we have step 1, moving the x variable to the other side. Step 2 requires isolating our y variable. As negative 2 is the coefficient to our y variable, we have to divide negative 2 on both sides of the equation. Remember, you are dividing it by both sides of the equation, which includes everything on one side of the equation. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 and negative 8 divided by negative 2. Through dividing it on both sides, this results in 3x plus 4. 3 is our slope and 4 is our y-intercept. This can now be graphed on a graphing calculator. Notice that the final result of y equals 3x plus 4 is a function. Input x, output y. Only functions can be graphed on a graphic calculator. Only functions can be graphed on a graphic calculator. I hope this video was useful in terms of transforming standard form into slope intercept form. Observe the next video to see how we transform point slope form into slope intercept form. If you need any extra assistance, I will be more than happy to assist you and will be in office hours. Have a good day, everyone.